Big John has entered the game. The BUNK has entered the game. Fight!
It is time for the 5-round main event. Look at Josh Thompson. He's ready to throw down, but he will lose again because in 5 rounds, there's no way that man can beat me. We are going to go head-to-head. We got all kinds of things to talk about. News of the week. Fatar, which is for every action, there's a reaction. I love that one. That's one of my favorite segments. My man, how you doing?
Mike Tyson's punch out. Body blow, body blow, body blow, body blow. Got you, baby. It's over.
Okay.
Over. If I hit you
Go
in
to the body, you
it's
might. You can hit me in the
done.
head. It ain't going to do a damn thing.
No, I know. We know this. I think our fans know this too, by the way. Let's get into this podcast, Dave. I'm pumped for this. But before we start, go to weighinginpodcast.com. Pick up some of our merch available as short sleeve, long sleeve, sweaters, hoodies, and all the things that sweatshirts. Sorry. Everything is available. Go to weighinginpodcast.com. No promo code needed. Check it out. Check out what we have and post a picture of yourself wearing it. We want to thank you guys for continuing to support this channel. All right.
Let's get in.
Come on,
to
podcast.
round number 1, and it's time for news of the week. So let's get you guys' thoughts on Volkanovski versus Aljo. Volkanovski versus the lightweight champion. Does Aljo come up? Does Volk go up? What do you want to see?
Round 1. Fight!
John, I want to see Henry Cejudo and Aljo. That's all I want to see out of this conversation. I know there was talk Aljo planting the seed already. I could take Volkanovski down at will, get to his back, probably submit him, all of these things. That might be true. But sorry, buddy, you still got a lot of work to do in your own weight class. Volkanovski's already done all that work in his weight class. He's not worried about the 135 pounders. I want to see Henry Cejudo fight for the title, see if he can get his title back against Aljo. That's the fight that I want to see.
I totally agree with you. You got to look and say, for Aljo, he's had one fighter that he's fought in the bantamweight as far as champion. And so he's got a litany of other guys that he needs to go through. Henry Cejudo coming back would be perfect based upon he was the title holder who gave up the title. That's why Aljo has it, you could say. Maybe not. He would have taken it from him. We're going to find out if they fight. I would like to see that. I don't think it's a good idea for him to go up and fight Volkanovski. And I do think that Volkanovski is going to go to lightweight anyways. So if Aljo went up to featherweight, there's not going to be a Volkanovski waiting there for him to fight. So I like the fact that Aljo should fight Henry Cejudo. I think that is a killer fight. I think both of them have their things that they're great at. Boom. That's the way to do it.
All right.
I don't even get a clapper to know I'm close. Come on.
It's that pressure, John. It's that pressure. Hey, I might actually...
he can't handle the pressure.
I may have something coming there, but, I just got to make sure that all my ducks are in a row. I's are dotted, T's are crossed. So we'll see. We'll see what next week brings. With that, let's get into round number 2. It's time for comment of the week. And so we are going to get your reaction to DC's Towelgate comment during the Hall of Fame speech. So I'll read off the comment, and then once I read off the comment, you guys will get the timer starting, and then you'll be able to react to it. DC, I want to tell you something because I feel like right now is the time to be completely transparent. I think I may have grabbed the towel in Buffalo. Rumble, I'm sorry, my guy.
Round 2. Fight!
The Immaculate Reception, right? Is that what it was called? The one that no one ever knows really the true details to. Well, Franco Harris knows it. He refuses to say it, and he has said it privately in a room that I have been in, but I can't repeat that because that's his business to do. This is hilarious because this is a conversation we've had in the gym with DC. And I've always known, we've all known, that he cheated. That he cheated. Brilliant. Look, when they tell you, if you're not cheating, you're not trying, well, guess what?
DC.
There's DC.
Look, he was in trouble because let's just take a look and be honest about it. He was the champ. He's going to fight Rumble Johnson, and if he doesn't make weight, what's the UFC going to do? Well, they kind of did it with Charles Oliveira. They stripped Charles Oliveira when he didn't make weight. They would have stripped DC because he didn't make weight. I will tell you right now, the New York State Athletic Commission called me right after that. Did you see what happened? And I said, yeah, I saw. And they go, do you think he cheated? And I go, no, I do not think that DC cheated. I know he cheated. He absolutely cheated. I go, just his hands touching that. I said, do you realize how much weight can come off just with his hands resting on that? I said, he absolutely cheated. This is what you need to do. They went
Time
back.
up.
They changed their system. It can't happen again, but he pulled it off at that time, so good for him.
New commissions. The sport was relatively new into New York, and that's what you get.
Yep.
New commission.
That's right.
All right, with that, let's get into round number 3. And this week we are going to play Fighting Words. I've pulled some fan comments from the last pay-per-view show where, people tend to get hyped up, tend to get mad, tend to hate the opinions. And so we're going to react to some of these comments. So I'm going to hit round number 3.
Round 3. Fight!
And bring up these comments. So the first comment from It Was All a Dream. So you guys are going to let Izzy off the hook for that walkout routine and then that terrible performance. Izzy said he was going to do what Anderson did to Forrest. Instead, he played a safe point game. With a third fight, he could not finish his opponent. I used to respect your opinions.
Look, first off, Izzy is in a position as champion. Has he changed his fighting style a little bit? I do think he has. He has less output. He's much safer. He's much more defensive. He doesn't take the chances he did when he was coming up and starching people. That's what happens when you say, hey, man, look, I'm making a lot of money here. I know I can sit there and point that guy out and get my win. This is what happens. But to sit there and say you were disappointed with, his walkout and his performance and stuff, you cannot be disappointed with the walkout. It was great. The performance, it was smart against a guy that's got power. Can't blame him.
The problem is this, and I'm going to agree with this guy a little bit, Mr. It Was All a Dream, is that you got to be careful playing that game because these fights that you think you're ahead by on the judges' scorecards, how Rose Namajunas found out, you may not be. So when you leave it up to the judges, you can end up potentially losing his title over this. Now, he's winning in these scenarios because he's outpointing just a little bit here and there and getting the nod. But when it goes wrong, don't say the judges are stupid. You played that game. Yep. But in terms of his walkout, it's fucking fantastic. Shut your whore mouth. Okay? That's really what it comes down to.
That's it.
Shut your mouth. Next
comment from Trav94. Stopped watching weighing in for the bias. Josh proved me right straight away being a USA homer. Talking about Max instead of talking about how great Alex is. Straight up disrespectful.
What are you
disrespectful bitch.
What are you talking
about? You
about?
disrespectful bitch.
Yeah. I have no idea what you're talking about. I said, look, Max looked a little flat to me, which is fine, whether he did it or not. I said, but I also said I also did a post about it as well. The reason why Max looked flat is because Volkanovski makes him look that way. Max came out and said after he beat Cater, hey, Max never looks that good against me. Well, there's a reason, because of the way that Volkanovski fights. Look, dude, I know your feelings. You're all up in your feelings, okay? You got a little trigger carrying going on. And I understand, okay? Because think I have something against foreigners. Volkanovski fought a great fight. And I will still consider him to be the pound for pound. I agree with John. He is the pound for pound best fighter in the UFC right now. And I think they should put him there. He continues to get better. And the way he's fought, he comes out. He still lays it on the line every single time. So until then, I don't know where you're coming up with the rest of this bias stuff. I'm not biased, except for when I'm talking about my teammates. And I admit that.
There you go. I like that. That's true. All right.
That's the thing. All right.
Final comment from Will Bruh. These guys really brought up AJ McKee and said that he has all the attributes over Volk. The Bellator bias is strong with these two, and it's even worse when they try to act like it's not bias.
Okay, I want to answer this because he's right. Josh said that, and I didn't say that at all. I didn't agree to that at all. So when you sit there and you say these guys and that there's Bellator bias, you are full of shit because I did not agree to that. I think Volkanovski beats him, and so I don't know where you got that. Bring up that whole that whole section and show me where I said, Josh, you're right. You are full of shit. I never said that, and quit putting me in that goddamn biased role because I was honest. Volkanovski's the best pound-for-pound fighter. Why would I say that AJ McKee would beat the guy that I said is the best pound-for-pound fighter? Jesus Christ.
Well, look,
okay,
I'm going to go on. I'm going to go on with you. I'm going to go on with this. And you're right. I said he had all the best attributes. I also said that Volkanovski probably beats him. Just because you have all the best attributes doesn't mean that you're not gonna that you can't be beaten. Volkanovski could potentially beat him by pressing that pace, pushing the action, doing all those things, and making it a dirty, grimy fight. If he stands on the outside, it could be a different fight. If he lets AJ just touch him from long range distance, having all the attributes and having all the talent or whatever it is doesn't mean that you're going to win the fight. That's why we fight the fight. How many times have we seen the best? How many times have we seen the best athlete walk in the cage? This guy's so athletic. This guy's this guy's that, and then lose. It happens all the time. Volk is that fighter who is mentally and now he's used in his stature and his athleticism and all those things. You wouldn't think he'd be what he is, but he is. And a lot of that has to do with his work ethic, his ability to his fight IQ, his work ethic, and his mental of just understanding what he needs to do to get it done. And how can I say that I said attributes in terms of his athleticism and AJ McKee? He's got them all, but he didn't show up in his last fight. Look what happened. So all those things can all go out the door in one fight. All right, next.
Let's get in round number 4. It's time for Featar. For every action, there's a reaction. And this week we have a double feature for reaction.
Yes.
So let's get going with these.
Round 4. Fight!
This first one comes by way of Mr. Josh Thompson himself, who you guys wanted to react to this one. So let's check it out. Here we go. Hit and play.
So if you guys can't hear it, there's a young kid at a camp. It's a 49ers camp, and the kid walks up and
49er ball in hand.
asks, he has a 49er ball. He asked Deebo Samuel for an autograph. Now, I think it's a totally prick move. I think it is a prick move, but let me give you some context to this situation. They are at a 49ers camp. I talked to one of my buddies that works for the 49ers. He's like, look, it was Deebo Samuel's camp. They had gave specific instructions in the beginning that I will sit in the line and sign everyone's autographs at the end. I can't do it right now because what parents were doing, they were trying to get their kids autographs so they could leave and not have to wait in the line afterwards. So let me give context to that. So when I looked at this, I was like, man, that was a prick move. That's bullshit. But then as I called my buddies, he's like, yo, it was his own camp. It was Deebo's camp. And they gave it specific instructions. Everyone afterwards, after we get done with the drills, after we get done with the camp, I will sit here and sign every single kid's autograph, everyone's autograph. So it made a little bit more sense after the end of it. So this is a soundbite. The dad actually, they went back and were talking about this. The dad actually had asked Deebo for an autograph 3 times, not even the kid. Then finally at the end, sent his son up there and got it on video. More of a setup than it was so much as a shitty move position to be done. So before John, I knew John was going to go off. So I had to save you a little bit because I knew, because I was thinking the same shit when I saw it.
If everything you said is true, I understand. But Deebo could have told him, son, I'm signing everything after the practice. I can't do it right now. Just wait, and I'll be there for you. It's when he goes, I can't do it right now.
Yeah.
For a kid to walk up on a professional athlete like that, it takes so much for that kid to do it. I'm going to give you a little story. All right. Like, I'm old. I'm 60 fucking years old. But back in 1974, my dad won a thing with LAPD, and part of that was they got to go to Dodger Stadium, and they had this whole thing at Dodger Stadium with the Dodger game. And dude, I was a huge Dodger fan. And back then it was, Steve Garvey was the first baseman, Davey Lopes, second baseman, Bill Russell, Ron Say, and Steve Yeager and Joe Ferguson were the catchers, and then all these different pitchers. But Tommy Lasorda he wasn't even the manager back then. He was the coach. Walt Alston was the manager. And I was able to go down into that dugout, and to this day, I can remember Steve Yeager treated me like gold. He was so kind to me, so nice to me. Tommy Lasorda treated me like gold. Steve Garvey, very nice to me. I can remember exactly what you saw. Ron Say, Davey Lopes refusing to sign a baseball. And you know what? Stuck with me forever. I remember I said, I will never, ever treat somebody like that. I will remember what Steve Garvey did. I'll remember how good Steve Yeager was to me. I'll remember Tommy Lasorda. And to this day, I love those guys.
Yeah.
And so, that kid, that's tough for him to go up there. Debo, you need to do it just a little bit smarter.
Yep.
All right, this is a 10-minute show, so we're going to get into
I don't
the
care.
second
I can go as long as I
feature
want.
feature of FITAR. Here we go. I'm going to play this clip for you. I'm going to let you guys talk about it.
Oh,
you ready?
you're not going to do this.
Here we go.
He's going to do it.
No.
Oh, man. We got the man himself, Helwani.
Helwani on it, baby. Look at
Nate-
Ariel go.
Nate Diaz holding the hand up, saying throw the 1-2.
Ariel, you're being set up, dude. Ariel, I love you. You're being set up, man. You got to know when you're being set up.
Oh, man. Look, I look at it this way. The media, they will say things about you, and then when they get around you, they do this. And now you're like the nicest and the best thing ever, and it was a great opportunity for them. It really just comes down to, I looked at it, and the first thing that went through my mind was when the cool kids have the one kid that just wants to hang around with them, they make them do all the stuff so they can make fun of them or they could pick on them.
Oh.
That's it. That's the way I looked at it. I'm like, oh, here, like everyone's kind of giggling and laughing. Go hit the 1-2. Da, da, da. Like,
Yeah, wait,
I looked.
you
That
got
was the first thing that went through my mind.
You got to look in, and obviously it's being filmed from one aspect, but you can see another guy filming it on the other side, and it's like, why do you think they're filming it? It's because is it because you're so impressive? You're Ryan Garcia, fast and snapping shots, or is it maybe it's the opposite?
Yeah, look, I like Ariel, and I know we've had a little bit of beef in the last year, whatever.
No beef.
I always like it. I've always liked
I like
Ariel.
Ariel.
I like to give him a hard time, and I give Ariel a hard time to his face also. But I poke fun at him because we've had issues in the past in terms of interviews and stuff. But but I don't have anything against him at all. I looked at this and I was like, this is an opportunity. I thought it was, if it was genuine, I think it's cool. If it was genuine, I don't know if it was, and I hate to, like I said, I hate to see it, but the first thing that went through my mind was you've got a bunch of people around filming it, and there's some laughs going on and some fun going on as well. It seemed like a setup.
Well,
to me.
it could be that Ariel is talking and saying, look, I've actually been starting to train in some boxing. I've been getting, I'm starting to get a little bit more comfortable with it. Nate goes, well, let me see. Could be that. Could be that.
I don't know.
But Dave, podcast Dave, you're rotten to the core for putting that up there.
You are.
Just
And
rotten.
we have to give a response. But I looked at it as like a setup, and I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Let's get into this fifth and final round. And it's time for bitchin' or bunk. So we want to hear your thoughts as to whether Valerie Loureda being done with MMA and signing with WWE is bitchin' or bunk.
Round 5. Fight!
I'm going to tell you, look at Valerie Loureda from the very start has shown what she wants to be. So she wants to be a celebrity. She wants to be a star. She wants people to know who she is. She fought for Bellator. She did well, but in the middle of becoming a fighter, like 2 fights in, she went and did a reality show. This is what she wants to be, and the WWE is going to give her that bigger platform. Since I'm going to be honest, she's a good fighter. She's not top level, but she's a good fighter. She can fight. She's got good skills. She's tough. She will engage, but I don't see her ever being that person that is that champion level fighter. I think the WWE is a good thing for her. I think she's going to excel at it. I think she's got a great personality. I think she's got the look. She's got everything that you want for, that type of, entertainment element. I think she's going to do great at it, and I think people are going to eat her up.
Well, since I'm up 4-0 in this 5-round main event, I had to let John get a chance, so he used up all the time. Bottom line is, I think it's bitching that she's going to WWE.
Yeah.
As a fighter, she's a good fighter.
Time's up.
But her.
Okay, you're done. Time's up.
We talked about this with Jessica I on our main show, is that But with Valerie Loureda, she's got something that the WWE will use.
Yes.
They will work on it. She's got the personality. She's got the followers. She's got everything. And I think it's a good place for her.
Yep.
Yeah, she's a good fighter. She's got power in her hands. She's got good movement. She's a good kickboxer. She's a good kicker. Everything. But I think the WWE is more up her end. Okay. That's going to wrap up our... That is going to wrap up our outro. Dave. That's going to wrap up our 5 rounds main event. So we also have on WeighingInPodcast.com. We also got the 5-round main event t-shirt. So if you guys want to pick one up, check it out. I think we're going to actually try to drop this show in the main show as well, Dave. You want to try to do that? And hopefully you guys can enjoy it. John, take us away, bud. Starting to sound like Joe Biden.
There you go. I love it. All right, for everyone out there, we hope you enjoyed. We know that you know who won this 5-round main event, but it's okay if you want to go with the ugly guy there. It's all right. Everyone, thank you for watching, and we will see you.